bread.
Alexis, what did you say about church on Sunday?
Nah, I ain't say nothing.
That's liquor sales. Like,
Oh, liquor sales.
I just feel like most black communities, it's mostly like liquor stores, gas stations, and like dollar stores everywhere. Like I know where I live at, that's where it's a lot of that. Or like a Heroes or something. Like you know that you're in a black community when you see all that stuff. If you don't see none of that, that's not a black community.
I mean, I kind of disagree. I mean, for instance, on Milwaukee Avenue, it's a lot. It's like a lot of clothing stores and stuff that a lot of white people go to. But on Milwaukee, it's a Heroes.
My name's Christina Brooks, and I'm from Chicago.
You want to say a neighborhood?
Christina lives on the south side.
Okay.
Mitch?
Mitchell. I'm from Lincoln Park, I guess.
My name is Rule. I live in South Holland.
Alexis Williams, Calumet City.
My name is Roy Simpson. I live in Beverly.
My name is Mark Townsend. I live in the city of Chicago. The customs of like the black community, we all value like family, and like we all like hanging around each other. Especially like in my community, we all go to the parks, especially when it's nice outside. You know, we value that, and you know sometimes it's like taken away from us from each other because you know some people are like less fortunate, like don't have those type of areas where they can do that.
Like I see a lot of more black people starting to move like over in my community, and I don't see like as many like for instance like liquor stores and stuff. I mean there are some, but you have to like know where to go to find them. But like I can tell like if you go over to the south side of Chicago, you're not gonna see a tanning salon. But you know 5 blocks from where I live, it's a tanning salon, and that was kind of weird to me because I wasn't used to nothing like that. But I mean, living on the north side, as far as like transportation and stuff, I think it's smoother. Like you're not standing on the bus stop like 20 minutes waiting for a bus. As far as you on 79th Street waiting on the bus, you waiting like a good 20-30 minutes. It's easier for me to like commute to work on the trains, and I mean the train service is more frequent. And I noticed like because I've taken the red line, but I've stopped at like 35th before because that's where my old school was. And like for instance, the further you get out south, the slower the service. So
That's where the money at.
Money equals better service.
Yeah. If you got it, they gonna give you what you need. Like people in Beverly.
Well, Beverly is actually kind of mixed.
Okay.
It's about maybe like 60, 40, maybe something like that. But it's still kind of in a way it's still kind of segregated. Although black and white kids go to school together, they just don't really like the parents don't really hang out with the other white parents, or like white kids really don't like become good friends with like black kids unless they're like under like 10 or something. But like I was friends with some white kids when I was in grade school, but as we got older, like we kind of realized like what the world is like, and like we kind of drifted away from each other.
Black, African?
I'm black. I'm just
Black.
black.
I'm not from Africa, I'm black.
Say that again,
I'm
Christina.
not from Africa, I'm black.
Counselors need to be aware of like what goes on at home with black students. Like without knowing that, you might not get any information from that student or like to help him out with anything, what situations go on in his life or her life.
Spankings.
With a belt, with an object that hurts more than your hand. You don't use your hand, you use a belt.
My experience was
We get the leather belts.
nah, I ain't getting no belt. I got
switches.
I got a back scratcher when I was small.
A wooden back scratcher.
A wooden back scratcher, yeah. I got a wooden back scratcher when I was young. So I think it's more frowned upon in the white community. Like they be saying like it's child abuse and stuff, but I don't think it's all that. It's just disciplining your kids.
I feel like white people, either they beat their children or either they just spank them or don't do anything. They don't have an in-between.
Or
don't
put them in timeout.
Yeah, like you don't really do anything.
So have you guys had timeouts growing up?
Never
I've never had time.
Why? What's up with timeouts? Why not?
Just go
They're
to
not
your room, man.
Just go to your room.
Go to your
man.
room. Give me a cell phone.
Yeah,
and
they
all that
say
kind of stuff.
turn your TV off or give me a cell phone or something like that. That's like a timeout, I guess.
Okay.
But nah, sitting in the corner, standing at the wall, that's not gonna work.
I feel that a lot of young black people are like scared to express their problems to counselors, so they really don't go get help if they have a problem or something.
Okay.
I feel like there's not enough black counselors because
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, no black counselors. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it
The
might
first
be
thing-
more comfortable. if
Yeah, I
you had
feel
somebody
that
was
like
you.
young black kids would want to come to someone like the same race or something because they would probably like understand what they were talking about as from coming from like another race or something, and like the counselor has to like try to understand it. If it was someone like a black counselor, they would like probably know where you're coming from.
yeah, like for instance, you got a black counselor who like grew up in the hood and you growing up in the hood and you had experience and problems and all that stuff. They can relate to where you're coming from. But like for instance, if you got a counselor who really don't understand like what goes on in a black household and why it's like certain problems and stuff, then you looking at them like, what can you really do for me?
I think you should be honest. Like, we really value people being honest and upfront with us and like telling us like it is instead of just pussyfooting around the fact or anything like that. Like, we just want you to be real with us and tell us like how you actually feel instead of what you think we need to hear.
Okay.
Some problems may be like confidentiality. Like, some black students may feel like if you tell something that, you know, it might be spoken about to other teachers or other students or other faculty at the school.
I feel as being a young black man that we have like a target on our backs.
Okay.
Like if we do something, a young black male do something, and a young white male do something, the black male will probably be seen way different than a white male in like a worse way.
I think it's hard because like a lot of people, like as soon as they see you, they think, oh my gosh, she's gonna be so ghetto or something like that. And then when they see, like when people hear me talk, they're like, oh my gosh, you sound so white. I'm like, what's sounding white? Like, I mean, I talk right, so is that a problem?
I hate when people say that.
Say that again,
I
Marist.
said I hate when people say that. I used to get that all the time in grammar school. I used to just,
What would you get all the time?
like, you sound so white. I'm like, what is white? Just talking right or not talking ghetto?
Right.
Didn't really make sense to me. And I feel like black men like either have a choice of like being down or just like or being a sellout. Like there's no in between. You gotta choose one.
Gay pigs are not liked, and lesbian women everybody loves because they think, oh my gosh, it's so hot.
So in the black community, gay black men are not liked.
No.
But
It's like, no, you should not be gay. Like,
Okay.
It's wrong.
Or
Yeah,
you
it's
just
frowned
belong
upon.
in your own little group.
Yeah.
what you say, Royce?
It said being gay and black is very frowned upon.
Definitely,
It
yeah.
did-
Especially like if it's a gay male and your dad around,
Ooh.
you can
Tell me more about that. What do you mean if your dad's around?
Like-
there's no two male gay black households.
My
Stuff.
father
Okay.
once told me that if I was ever gay, he wouldn't claim me.
Okay.
He was serious. He said he wouldn't like he said he wouldn't look at me as his son.
Okay.
Because I feel like in the black community, like, don't you know how like most dads aren't around? Like, I think people kind of understand, like, if a black male, if he was just around his mom or something, that he comes out to like be gay or something. But if your dad's around and you come out to be gay, like, people just see that as wrong. Cause I mean, your dad's around, you don't really have no excuse.
No, cause if you're gay, you're gay. Like, I don't think growing up you choose to be gay. I just think from birth you just like the same sex. I don't think you turn to be gay.
In the black community, I feel like we view the elderly as like not as a separate part of the household. Like, even though they're old, they could be having illness problems or anything. We still see them as like regular people. Like, we still love and care as far more like what I think with the white community. I feel like they're more elderly in nursing homes and in different types of homes, like to be taken care of by other people when they should be taken care of by their own and who they love.
Awkward at first.
Definitely
When you first come
freshman
in,
year.
awkward.
Freshman year, coming from where I came from, it was like different. Like, some class I was the only black person in the class, and then like, I don't know, just some comments just make me mad. But
Yeah, I still think even like now sometimes it's awkward because like you might think like one white kid's your friend and they might say something that offends you, but they don't know that it offends you. but it's not enough to get like really mad at them. But
Right, and you
it's
just
in the
laugh
back
it
of
off
your
with
mind.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they think it's funny to talk like ghetto to us,
Mhm.
and say what's up my end and all that stuff. Like, no, you don't say that. That's like, no, it's wrong.
I feel like it mirrors like when you're black, it's not about what you know. Sometimes it's about who you know, and it not that it goes on a lot, but it goes on enough to where you can see it, but it's not really shown. It doesn't come to the light a lot.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. Cause like I feel like some of the white people get a better opportunity than some of the black people here at Marist, but not like a drastic amount. Like as Mark said, like that it's easily noticeable. Just like kind of behind the curtains in a way. I think every white person thinks a black neighborhood is gang infested and violent, which it's not always like that. There's a lot of good black neighborhoods out here.
I feel like that when you don't have I feel like the stereotype about when there's an absentee father in the black household, that child is going to grow up to be like an absentee parent to their children, or that they're going to grow up into like a gang, or they're going to do drugs or do bad things. Like nothing comes out positive in that child.
All right, has Mr. Ryan, have I ever done anything to make black students at Marist trust me, or to think that they can be open with me? You guys talked a lot about how that we don't have any black counselors at Marist. So what are some things that I have done?
Well, I think, like, for instance, in the morning, I don't know if you do it intentional or anything, but I thought, you like the only teacher or faculty member, staff, whatever, that actually, like, came and sit down with us and have breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's not, like, because of your class or whatever. I think because you just, like, genuinely like doing that. So I think that made people feel more comfortable with you as a counselor, rather than, get a guidance pass and come to your office and talk to you, because it's kind of awkward then.
Right.
Yeah, I feel it's like I've been coming like to you like since like last year or whatever, and like I could just be like honest with you, and then you just like tell me like give me like true feedback, like you don't sugarcoat anything, like you keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
And even like I would see you and like Paul in the hallway even before it got like your relationship with Paul showed me that you had a real strong relationship with the black male at Marist. That really opened my eyes.
Do we miss Paul?
Yeah.
Who was Paul? Tell my classmates who Paul was.
Greatest student to ever come to Marist.
What happened to Paul?
Had a seizure when he was playing basketball
Mm-hmm.
and died on the court. Probably the way he wanted to.
What has Paul's death done for the black community at Marist? Anything?
I think at Marist it actually like brought the white and black people a little closer.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause he was friends with everybody.
Right.
So, like, before that, I mean, it was really just like, I remember being at homecoming, and it was just black people here, white people all the way over here. Like, it was just two different groups, and I just feel like maybe off this year, like, it was just totally different. Everybody was just in the mix with each other. So, even after a year of his death, I mean, it even changed. So, I think he had a big impact on everybody at Marist.
I think that like you like counselors notice that. I think they're different around light skinned and dark skinned black people. I noticed that.
Okay.
And I think that they should like treat them all the same, because all of them either way are black, no matter if the light skinned ones think they're white or whatever, and the black ones feel bad about themselves. I think we should just like all treat them the same.
Mitch?
Well, basically, it's just be real, and that's it. And just be yourself, and don't like try to treat us like a textbook or something. No, basically.
Rule?
What's the question again?
Tell me one thing that counselors need to know about when they're working with black Americans.
I feel as if counselors need to like try to like really put their self and whoever they're talking to shoes, whatever. Like, yeah.
Okay. Lexus?
Just give an honest answer. no matter what you think what they might feel about what you say, but just be honest with them, because that's the most important thing. Just like Christina said earlier, like honesty is like the best thing that you could give. So I just say be honest no matter what.
Royce?
I'd say just like encourage them, like to keep going to counseling, like just not like reward, but like what you said, just like recognize that a lot of black people don't do this and that you should keep on doing it.